Alright, so I want to give you a quick tutorial on groups, managing your groups and taking attendance for groups. So what is a group? A group is something where you want to take attendance for a specific group. So let's just say I have a Sunday school, and underneath the Sunday school department I have the teen class or the youth class, and I have a children's class like a primary class or something like that, and I want to track attendance per that specific class. That would be a group. So you have a youth group and you would have a children's group underneath Sunday school. So that's kind of what groups are. We're taking attendance for a specific group, not necessarily the whole church. We're going to take it for a specific group. Now let's get into that and kind of show you how it is. So let's go click on configuration and let's go to manage groups. Now I created a group and it's a parent group, so I click create parent group and I created a parent group called Sunday School. Now I want to create some groups underneath Sunday School. I want to create a youth group, and I'm just going to call it the same thing, and we're going to nest it underneath Sunday School. So you need a name and a description for your group. Click submit, and we're going to create another group called Children's. I'm just going to make it the same thing. I don't need the S. Nested under Sunday School. Click submit. So now I just basically created a Sunday School as a parent group, and underneath is a youth and a children's group. Now you'll see that this little guy right here shows up where you associate people to a group. So now that you have a youth group and you have a children's group, we need to associate people, because now we want to take attendance for the specific youth, but we need to know who's in the youth class so we can actually take attendance for the youth. So let's just associate some people. So we're going to search for some people, and I'm just going to select A just so it can show me a bunch of people, and I'm just going to add a bunch of random people to the group. It's going to show down here the people that we're adding, and we're going to click save. So I'm associating people to a group. I'm going to click OK, submit it, and then I'm going to go down here to the children's group, and I'm going to do another search. Let me just do A again, because that seems to be, and you can actually associate two people to two different groups if you'd like. It doesn't need to be limited to one group. You can associate to as many groups as you want. And so here we're going to associate these people, and we're going to click save. And now we associated people to the youth group, and we associated people to the children's group. So we created the groups, we associated people to it, and now let me show you kind of how the group works and how the attendance taking works. So now let me go over here to the attendance page. And this is the main attendance page. This is the entire church. We're taking attendance, and maybe your admin's taking attendance for the entire church. But now you have a Sunday school teacher who you would like to literally take attendance just for the specific group, just for the youth group. So you can come over here and you can now switch over to the Sunday school department and switch over to this group, and now you can take attendance for just the youth class and just the children's class. Now a little side note that you'll see in the users and creating a user tutorial is you can actually create an attendance user to be a Sunday school attendance taker, and when they click attendance, they won't see everybody in the entire church like you as the admin would. They would see only the people in their specific group that they're associated to. So when they log in, they're only taking attendance for their specific group. Since we're an admin, we can see everything. We can see the entire church and we can see the group. So now we're going to take attendance for the youth group. So we're going to click on youth, and now we're going to see that we have everybody that we associated to the youth group. And we're going to see that it functions just like that, and you can add guests and you can attach them to the youth too. So you're just going to, these are basically everybody that we associated, and you can take attendance, and it's just like anything else. You can take attendance for Saturday prayer, you pick a service type, and you pick a date, and you're taking attendance for the Sunday school. Now let me just submit this data, and let me go back here to the children's, and let me just take attendance for the children for Saturday. And so I'm basically taking attendance here. Here's all the people that were in the Sunday school children's department. Here's all the people that were in the Sunday school's youth department. And then now we're going to literally, I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to go back to the main attendance page. And you're going to see that on this page, you can see everybody that you checked in the group is now present here on the main page. So if you're taking attendance for a service, say you're taking attendance for Sunday morning, when your groups or your youth group takes attendance and your children's takes attendance, it's actually going to come through on your master copy and it's going to show people there. And when you say you're an admin and you're standing at the front door or somewhere, however you guys like to take attendance, when you see people come in and you're checking them there, they're actually going to get checked there in the youth group as well. So whoever checks them there, it's going to be checked there and taken attendance on the main page. You can also take attendance per group and it's going to reflect there as well. And so here I'm going to go to the Sunday school department as a whole, and you can see I want to go to the youth, and you can take attendance just for the youth group. So that is groups. That's group attendance taking. So you have a group, you associate people for, and then you can take attendance for that group. Now let's just go back over here to reports now, and I'm going to look at this service reporting. And there's going to be more in-depth details on the reporting, so I encourage you to watch that tutorial. But for right now, I'm going to go to Saturday prayer. I'm going to calculate this report, and here you go. Here's your group attendance. You had 8 total in Sunday school, 4 children and 4 youth. And so that is group attendance taking in a nutshell. When you want to create a group, you go to the dashboard, you go to configuration, you go to manage groups, you can add your groups, you can associate people to your groups, and then once you're done associating people for your groups, you can actually take attendance for that specific group. So that is group attendance taking, managing groups in a nutshell. Thank you for watching this tutorial.